All of the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer maps just leaked out. We're going to go through what maps are returning from MW2, what maps are new, other maps we want to see in this game, and much more. Be sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new. Shout out to my partner, Apex Gaming PCs. A bunch of customizable PCs over there. Special June promotion, 10% off the entire order. Be sure to check that out. Use code MATTERS for that full discount. Link is down below. Let's go through here first. The whole list will break down what's new, what is returning, what maps we think IW left off this list, and much more. So first up here from Reality UK, here are the code names for the MW2 MP maps. We have Action Park, Agent Perf, Ancient, Backstab, Cathedral, although I feel like it should say Cathedral, but it's missing the H there, so Cathedral, I guess. Climb, Cruise, Davos, Dogtown, Esports Gym, kind of funny there. Exhume, Fallout, Favela, of course referring back to MW2, I'm pretty sure. Firing Range, doubt that's referring to the Treyarch MP map, but who knows. Floating Bay, Grand Prix PM2, Hill House, probably referring to that COD 4 map. Lighthouse, Luxury, Mountain Town, Narcos, Oil Field, Ridge, Royce Test 04, Runner, some people are saying that could be referring to Gun Runner from MW 2019, Saba, Salvage, Tokyo, Trade, and Yellow Castle. First off, we definitely have some very interesting names here. I do want to say that these are the MP map code names. Sometimes they use the actual code names as the map in the game. Sometimes the code names are different than the actual final name of the map, so we'll see what's brought over. Obviously, a map like Favela, I doubt they would change the name of that original MW2 map. They would probably keep it Favela for the nostalgia. Kill House as well, same thing. But other maps here like Dogtown, that might be different. Backstab might not be called Backstab in the final version of this game, so we'll see very soon. And what I'm seeing as well is that some of these maps are a bit weird. These could be a mixture of, you know, the main MP maps, also some test maps as well. Esports Gym, I don't know what that is. Maybe that's referring to a different mode in the game. Firing Range could be referring to the actual firing range in the MP menu potentially, and not like an actual firing range type map from, you know, Treyarch or something similar to that. So again, these are mixed up a bit, but these are all the code names. We have the entire code name list right now for Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer. Of course, some people are saying, where are the MW2 MP maps? And of course, IW said themselves that they definitely want to make a new game, because they were asked questions about, you know, are there going to be a lot of nostalgia callbacks back to the original MW2? And they said, you know, of course there will be, but we're really trying to make a new game here, a new experience, a new evolution, a new version of Call of Duty, as they've been saying. So I'm not expecting there to be a ton of MW2 map remakes, but there definitely aren't really any here in this list. I mean, they already confirmed High Rise from the reveal trailer, and of course, we're not seeing High Rise here, or a code name that is even similar to High Rise, unless High Rise is going to take place in Tokyo. I mean, I'm not seeing anything here, so obviously, there might be other maps that are added to this list and in the final version of the game, and maybe High Rise is just hidden in the code. So, of course, we'll see very soon what the deal is with that. And overall as well, unfortunately, as you guys know, sometimes these maps are saved for the DLC seasons, because there have been plenty of leaks in the past, especially back with MW 2019, where we had these MP map lists leaked out before the game came out, and there were a ton of maps, and we didn't end up seeing some of those maps until very late in the, you know, cycle of MW 2019's DLC. So I'm not saying that's a bad thing necessarily, but it's just something to keep in mind that we might not see all of these maps right at the launch of the game, which in my eyes, again, is not that big of a deal, because with Vanguard, for example, the launch of that game, it was advertised for that multiplayer to have so many 6v6 maps at launch. It was a big deal, but of course, as we know, quantity does not equal quality whatsoever. And I'm not saying all of the Vanguard MP maps are terrible. There are some pretty solid maps, but just having more of those maps didn't make the game any more enjoyable. So for MW2 here, we want a decent amount of maps. We don't want a very small list of maps at launch, but we want a good amount to where the maps are fun to play, there's good variety, but there aren't too many maps to where quality was sacrificed at the sake of just quantity and having a lot of maps at launch. So we'll see very soon. I'm fairly confident that IW will make a good selection of maps. It seems like they're improving on all fronts in terms of map design from what they did with MW 2019, from what they said, from what the leaks are saying. It seems like they're really trying to improve these maps here, so I'm fairly confident we'll have some decent maps at the launch of this game. And again, for MW2 maps as well, I definitely want to see some remakes. Of course, I want them to make a new game. I want mostly new, uniquely created maps, but a lot of these MW2 maps were so fun to play, and I just hope they're in the game, whether it's the DLC season, whether it's a side map pack at launch, whatever. If there was ever a time to see these maps return, this would be the time. This game would be the time to bring these maps back. So we have Afghan, Quarry, Rundown, a great one, Carnival, Derail, Scrapyard, we already saw for MW 2019, so maybe they could save that, but I wouldn't mind Scrapyard returning again. Skid Row, super underrated, love that map. Subbase, a great one. Estate, really fun as well. Favela, of course, a really fun one. Terminal as well. Fuel was kind of leaked out. Trailer Park, of course, they confirmed High Rise, really sick there. Invasion, Underpass. I just realized I'm listing like all of the MW2 maps, but they're all so sick. Karachi is so good. Even Wasteland was pretty fun. That could be a ground war map. Maybe not 6v6, but Wasteland for ground war could be so cool. So again, I'm listing all the MW2 maps, but I'm looking back at this list here, and there's just so many unique, iconic maps that honestly would probably fit fairly well in this year's game. Now, of course, as I've said in previous videos, I don't want them to stop making unique content, new maps for the sake of just bringing back old maps, because obviously I like these maps, but I do want to play new stuff. Remakes do get tired after a while. It gets a little boring. And right now with Vanguard, you're seeing like 1 or 2 new MP maps and then 1 or 2 new remakes every season. I mean, you're not getting a lot of unique content. So for MW2 this year, of course, I want them to focus on new maps, but I think they have enough time and potentially resources, I don't know for sure, to bring us, you know, more nostalgic-based MW2 remake maps, because think about it as well, it's rumored, almost guaranteed, that we're going to have a 2-year DLC season for MW2. Now, of course, we don't know for sure what that's going to look like exactly. There are some theories that, okay, it's going to be a 2-year DLC season, but what if they just spread out the content so every season we get a little less content than we would have because they have to spread it out across 2 years? Or we get the same amount of content every season, but we get that for an extra year. If that is the case, if we get the same amount of content, maybe even more content post-launch for MW2, there is definitely room for extra MW2 remakes that we wouldn't have otherwise seen in a normal, you know, 1-year DLC cycle for a game. So obviously, if that's the case, that's super exciting. We have a ton of new maps as well, a ton of MW2 remakes, and this could end up being such an iconic game. So again, we don't know for sure, but it seems like that would be a pretty good scenario in my eyes. Let me know down below your opinions on that. But that's pretty much it here for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Again, be sure to subscribe for more MW2, Warzone 2 updates, leaks, reveal info, etc. We're going to be getting a lot of info very soon from IW. Next big reveal is the multiplayer reveal event, which should be end of July, early August. Again, I'll give you more updates on that. And then we have the beta as well, which is going to be crazy, being able to actually play the game. So there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up for this game very soon. Hopefully, we get a bunch of good marketing, some good reveals, and it's not just a whole, you know, quiet period for the next 2 months. And I guess it's not a big deal, because as long as the final product, the final game is good, who cares what we got for marketing? But you guys know me, I love good marketing, so hopefully we get some good marketing coming up very soon for the multiplayer of this game, and then the third DMZ mode, and then of course Warzone 2. Can't wait to see all of that. So again, there's 2 other videos up on screen that may interest you, so be sure to check one of them out. Real do appreciate it, guys. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.